Salawam family, this is Kayadawan coming to you again on this wonderful Yawab Shabbat, good Sabbath, Yawam day, and I wish that you are having one, and really, I want you to have a good day every day, especially on the Most High's day. Hope you have a peaceful and wonderful day. Now today I'm coming to you and I'm talking to you about some things that I've watched in the media and I've seen. Now, as far as the land, we are still working on aspects of the land, and one of the reasons I know everybody want to know what I needed to donate, if I was getting any donations or if I get any donations, what I needed for. I realize I haven't been clear with that. The reason why I am seeking donations is to build, as a community, a water purification uh, station, uh, and to build and to create uh, crops to grow so we can be self-sustained. Irrigation system, a dripping irrigation system, and also I want to build a community center for the people, meaning a place where we can learn the word and we can come together and we can greet each other and we can love each other according to Scripture. A place where we can exercise, stay healthy. Uh, a place where we have a miniature nursing station, or a place where people can get health care and we can teach our children according to the word. These are the things I'm asking help for. So I don't think I was clear on what I needed to help for. Um, so I'm trying to be clear now. Now the designs of the places that I'm talking about, as far as the land immigration, I'm working on that. And when I get those plans, I will show you what I want to create. Um, it will depend. It will depend on the funds that I get. And right now, I'm trying to do it all on my own. And if that's the Most High will, then that's what I will do. But if I can, I would greatly appreciate some assistance. Like I said in my last video, I know the Father of Barack others by giving, and I know it's in His time and not mine. So, but I will complete His task that He has given us. Now, but that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Uh, I wanted to talk to you about our brothers and sisters united. And Haiti, what's going on in Haiti right now is a perfect example of that. Now, I know a lot of you think I'm going to say that we should go run and support those who, well, they're no longer on demand. They actually been transported or moved to locations that are to movement spots, as the Biden administration and sponsors have said, and a lot of them went back onto Mexico. So, but I know the Haitians have been through a lot, and my heart go out to them because they are my brothers and sisters. They are Judah, and Judah consists of Levi, Judah, and Benjamin. They are one of them for the most part. I don't know which one they are, and I know a lot of people say the 12 tribe chart, but I'm not going to go into the 12 tribe chart because I already have discussed that in several classes that is junk. I'm not being rude, but it's been shown to be fraud in multiple times. So nobody separated the slaves by the tribe. They simply moved them to where they needed to take them according to the needs of the slave amounts that they need, whether it was in the sugar cane or the fields there, or it was in North America or South America. So they could be either Benjamin, Levi, or Judah. So, but I'm going to let that go too. That's not what this is about. So it's about the unity because they are my brothers and sisters. They are Israelites. I do believe that. Now, I know a lot of Haitians, and I have known a bunch in my life, and I have asked Haitians personally, uh, how do they identify? Now, most of let me think, I haven't found one Haitian yet that I have met, and if you ask me now, I probably met about 15 that identify with the struggles of so-called black American slaves. in America. Now you say that's strange, being that they come from the Revolutionary War, they fought. But a lot of the Haitians feel like they fought, they got their freedom. The slaves in America should have done the same thing. Now they got to take in this fact that they had a small island, and we had over 100 times more Caucasians than we were. We're 14% of America. So we got to understand that it was a different situation than what they had. They heavily outnumbered their oppressors, and there's other things that they have to take in consideration. So, but that's a not. I am happy that they did that, but it do tend to make the Haitians, especially the young ones, when they come to America, they look down on the so-called Black Americans, and I don't like to say that because we ain't black, we're brown, we're beautiful shades of brown. They're not white, they're pale, or they're red. So so they look down on the Black Americans, and they follow our oppressors, calling us lazy or don't want to work. But the agenda of our oppressors is to bring others who are going to continue to oppress us. And a lot of the Haitians that they bring in, they continue the trend of oppressing us, people of the same blood. But a lot of them understand that's the way they have to make it in America. I mean, that is the conditions that the oppressors tend to give them. I mean, it's like I'll give you an example. It's like wanting to be on the winning team. You know, everybody wants to be on the winning team. No one wants to be on the losing team. Unfortunately, as designed, we are as Black Americans, especially Black men, are on the losing team. We got a lot of people holding us down and trying to oppress us, including our own, including the foreigners, or whether it's who look just like us, that's taught to hate us, taught to make to believe that we are their enemies. And it sounds silly, but they start to believe these tales. And they start to believe that they're different because they speak a different language or they have a certain accent and they don't understand the oppressor look at them the same way they look at us. They just like to have, and I'm going to say coons, to help them to oppress. I mean, the best way to defeat someone is to separate and to divide. That's a given. And they do very good at that. They're very good strategists, our oppressors. So understanding that is the key of our unifying our people. We cannot unify as long as we keep on believing that we are not of one people. And we don't have the same goals and we don't have the same achievements uh, uh, that we have to achieve to become one. Now that's what they do. Now I'm gonna go back to the Haitians. Now the Haitians back on that border, you gotta understand that's the Father's will. Now people say that's kind of the Father teaches us in different ways. And one of the ways he's teaching the Haitians, although they're going through a horrific time with their president being killed and earthquakes and the earthquake one after the other, the storms and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I have sympathy because they are my brothers and sisters, but I do know they need to wake up. They need to stop believing that they are, I don't like to say better, uh, uh, but have that having our oppressors making them think that they are better than us. And that we're just lazy and they're hardworking and they do this and then we do all that as brown people of descendants of slaves. Sure, we built America. And then one of the Haitians got to understand every right that they get, every rule that they get in favor of them is because of the hard work that we did. That my great grandfathers and them did in the marching and the beating and being hanged and the protest, all that helps them today. So we couldn't have been too lazy that we did all this to get us where we at and to help them now. The ones that can get in now because of the Second and the Third and the Fourth Amendment rights. We fought for that. Even though I know in a sense it's still a lie. So I know someone say our oppressors make the laws, our oppressors make the rules, and they change them as will. Don't get me wrong, I know that too. But what little we have because our people fought to get. So if you are a foreigner and you come to America and you look like me, believe me, the only reason you get any rights that you got is because of what the people there did for you. So before you look down on them next time, you remember that. Before you believe the lies that the oppressors say, and you start cooning, you remember that. Separate and divide is a strategy to destroy us. You and me. So what I'm saying is, when they came on that border, they thought they really was going to the same rights as the Caucasian Mexicans, the sons of Japhet, meaning mixed with the Spaniards and indigenous people. They thought they would get the same right as the sons of Japhet mixing with the Cubans. They thought they would get the same rights as the of any other nation mixing with the other nations that doesn't look like me. And they failed. Because they hear stories of how well they people do in America. You know, the Haitians come to America, they doing better because of the low economy down there in Haiti or whatever other place they got. And they do a little better, and they believe that they are socially accepted better than the native descendants of brown people in America. And I'm talking about slaves descended from Africa. So that's what they do. I'm not going to beat y'all up on this, you know, and I know everybody going to have their different opinions, and you may like it or you may not. But these are just things that I observed in my many years in this life. Now, I would have hoped that they would wanted to be unified with us, but I have not met one Haitian or Cuban or any other of those of these other language that speak Puerto Rican that speak uh, in a different type of form ever associate they struggle with us. The only time, the only time I have seen them associate they struggle with us is when they thought it would benefit them as a Cuban, or benefit them as a Puerto Rican, or benefit them as a Haitian. That's it. They're quick to use the amendment rights then, but they're not quick to have that struggle with us. It makes you wonder sometimes what happened to the generation of Marcus Garvey. It's gone. But Marcus Garvey was not about separation. He was about unifying. He was not about standing on the side of our oppressor, but it was about appealing our oppressor and unifying as a people, not just in Haiti, but in the United States, in Africa, and all over the world. That was the spirit of Marcus Garvey. It was not about snuggling up with our oppressors. It was not about looking down on your people with your oppressor. It was not about any of that. But they then lost that ideology. Now they want to paint Marcus Garvey as some kind of guy who was just friendly or nice or didn't believe in those type of things. Your school system does it. They all do it. Now even Martin Luther King was a person that believed. Even though they take one speak that you put the children, one little white children, little black children together, Martin Luther King understood before he died that he brought his children into a burning house. He brought us into a burning house. Meaning, he even understood that separatism was even better. Building our own, having our own, creating our own was better. And he was at that time talking about reparations. You put that together before his death. He believed, yes, we were owed reparations. And his next struggle, his next marches was going to be getting us reparations as a people. Yes, descendants of slaves, not everybody. So we got to understand that there's things that we're gonna have to do as a people. So watching the Haitians on that border and going through what they're going was needed for them to see. They need to know that the oppressors will oppress them also. That they're treated the same and they're not wanted in America. I hate to admit this, as much as the regular black Americans there are not wanted. Even though they speak different, they act different, they may have somewhat of a different culture, but in their eyes, they are still the same. I want them to think about that. And they clearly showed you that. Because you know, they did not do that with the Mexicans. They did not do that with the Puerto Ricans. They did not do that with the Cubans. None of them when they migrated. They quickly sent you back. They didn't need a Congress Act. They didn't need a big gathering. They didn't need big decisions of judge. They put them on planes and sent them right back. Don't be fooled. They know who they want in this country, and they know who they don't. We got to wake up. We got to wake up to who we are, and then we got to wake up to our enemies. All of us. Now, those who refuse to accept this and believe that we do not have enemies, they live in a fantasy world. And I hate to say this, but this is a fact. There will be no help to our fight. As long as they believe they can snuggle up and fall up under the oppressor, there will only be a threat to the unifying of our people. So when they show who they are, I'm actually happy. Now I know where my enemy is amongst my own. And that's a hard thing to take sometimes. But that's just the fact. That's why we can't be such a solid people, because we accept everybody, even our enemies amongst ourselves. And long as we got somebody pulling left and we trying to go right, we will always be stuck somewhere down in the middle. And then when we move a little further ahead, we get more on the left because they're going to offer them more. They will always offer our coons more and more to keep pushing us down the middle so we get no progress. That's just the way it works. Separate and divide. So we got to see all our enemies and we got to see all our fighters. Those who are willing to do what it takes to make our people better and to prosper them. That can be you. That could be me. That's up to you. That's up to me. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't understand. I don't see my enemy when they look like, even when they look like me. It could be my brother. It could be my sister. It could be my uncle. It could be my cousin. I still know that they are my enemy. Because they do not prosper. They do not agree with where I want our people to go. They only agree with their own comfort. And that's just the fact. You can believe that. You cannot believe that. But if you look around, you will see that. Some people like to live in a fantasy world. You could be one of them. It's up to you. But I know my enemy. No matter what shade they come in. You need to know yours. Let's build our people and unify them the right way. Let's learn from the lessons of the Most High Haitians. When the Father shows you something, believe it. He just showed you how your oppressors feel about you. So when you come here to America and you believe that they're more than what you think, he showed you what they are. And he showed you how much they want you around. Yes, they will bring a few of you in because they, like I said, they need people who look like us who also are going to oppress us. So you have to make that choice when you run up under him. You're only going to have a job to do for him. And that job is to oppress your own people. This is out of love, family. Any foreigners that look like me. Understand that's what they use you for the most part. But you don't have to go that route. You don't. It's up to you. You can be supportive to your people, or you can be against your people. Now, again, I love my Haitians because, again, they are from the tribe of Judah, which consists of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, either one. But I know when the Father teaches. Take this lesson, learn this lesson, build on this lesson, and learn how to unify. Salawam, family. All praises to the Most High.